Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
Hi, I'm Ray Hagar with the Reno Gazette-Journal, and welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. Today we have an NAACP leader from Reno and a leading political writer from Las Vegas. Randi Thompson has the rundown.
Coming up today, we have the Reno-Sparks chapter of the NAACP president, Lucille Adin, and the political reporter for the Las Vegas Review-Journal, Erin Neff.
And on today's pundit panel, we have David Jacobs, Travis Souza, and Jason Geddes. That's all coming up on an all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
Nevada Newsmakers, brought to you in part by the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, the world's largest industrial park, the resort at Red Hawk, and the Peppermill family of casinos.
This is one of Sierra Power's main generating plants. It's right next door to the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center. These plants provide all the clean, reliable power that businesses need. TRI has 3 independent power generation facilities on site. For sensitive manufacturing companies and high-tech firms, this benefit is invaluable. Welcome to the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, the largest industrial park in the world, building economic prosperity for Nevadans.
Since its creation more than a decade ago, the Southern Nevada Water Authority has focused on 3 goals: preserving water quality, improving water conservation in Southern Nevada, and meeting the community's current and future water needs. Through thoughtful planning, responsible management, and collaboration, it's succeeding. As we move into the 21st century, the authority continues to embrace sustainable water development and efficient water use. That's our promise to Nevada.
So, who do you use for workers' comp?
Pro Group Management.
Ah, I've heard some good things about them.
Oh, you bet. Employee background checks, safety training, claim seminars. Oh, and here's the great part. If you have an issue, they work for you, not against you.
Sounds perfect. And expensive.
Well, that's the best part. They saved me 30%. I've heard they've saved others 50%.
Works for me. Pro Group Management. Finally, workers' comp that works for you.
Thanks to an ongoing commitment by America's mining companies, more than 2 million acres already have been reclaimed. To learn more about reclamation or other aspects of mining, visit nma.org, the National Mining Association.
You are watching Nevada Newsmakers.
Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. Today's first guest is Lucille Adin of the Reno-Sparks chapter of the NAACP.
Good morning, Lucille.
Good morning to you.
So we have 2 black legislators in Reno or Sparks area, Maurice Washington and Bernice Martin Matthews. How are they representing the colored community up in Reno?
The African-American
African-American, excuse me, yes.
Yes, I think they're doing well. They interact with the black community very well. Senator Martin Matthews more than Senator Washington.
Okay.
But Senator Washington, as you know, is the pastor of a predominantly black church in Sparks. And he is not a great supporter of the NAACP. Senator Matthews is a member of the NAACP and a great supporter. But they both interact with the community very well.
Lucille, have you tried to recruit Senator Washington to join the NAACP, or?
Well, yes, we have. Well, I haven't personally, but the past president is a member of his church, and she has tried to recruit him. The reason why he's not a member, I don't know, but I will look into that. And I guarantee you he will be a member before the year is over.
Okay, it seems politically right to join the NAACP in a way.
Yes, I think everybody should be a member of the NAACP.
Well, let's turn to federal lawmakers. Now, the latest NAACP report card issued after the 108th session in '03 gave Congressman Jim Gibbons an F for his efforts with the NAACP legislation. He is a leading candidate for governor. Do you think this F on the NAACP report card will hurt his chances of collecting the black vote in Nevada?
Well, I think it would have a great effect on his the support he gets from the African American community, because he has not supported the issues that the NAACP is for.
Okay, and specifically, what issues is Congressman Gibbons not supporting?
Well, he's not supporting the Social Security, and he's not supporting the felons getting their rights back. It's just a number of issues, and he does not vote the way we would like for him to vote on these issues.
Okay.
So,
Now, speaking of, I know there is a bill right now in the legislature to restore the rights of ex-felons. What are some of the other bills that you're tracking in the legislature that are of interest?
well, it's the minority health care bill. That's a big one in Carson City, because they need a health care bill for minorities, because they do not get the health care, education, or the examinations that they should. And it's because most of them cannot afford the health insurance.
Okay.
So we're working, that's AB 53.
All right.
And so we're working greatly on that.
Lucille, back on the federal level, NAACP leaders have criticized President Bush for playing the race card in this Social Security debate. The president, of course, wants the NAACP to support his changes in Social Security, but NAACP leaders say, hey, let's take a look at why our members, why minorities don't live long enough to collect Social Security.
Yeah, that's true, because the minorities and the black male, their lifespan is like 58 years old. And Social Security is to benefit their families, survivors. Like 16% of the black children benefit from Social Security out of 700,000. And four out of every black children benefit from Social Security more than white. And it's because of the survivors' benefits.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, I used the word colored earlier because you are the NAACP. So is it broader than just the African Americans that your organization represents?
Yes, it has colored in it because NAACP represent civil rights for all people. That's why it's white people, black people, brown people. We're like a box of Crayola crayons. So that's why it's all colors. We get complaints from all races, and they do act on those complaints. Okay. So we represent everybody.
Yeah. Good.
Okay, you know, nationally, the NAACP, it seems to be losing its younger members, that it's not relevant anymore with younger minorities, but you have a different take on this in Reno-Sparks, don't you?
Yes, because we have formed the Youth Council, and that's to get the younger people involved in the issues and let them know what to expect when they get older. It's like a training session for the younger generation.
Okay.
In fact, the National is planning a retreat to attract younger business people to the organization.
Okay. Lucille, we're gonna stop it right there. We'll be right back with Erin Neff of the Las Vegas Review-Journal, and we're gonna handicap the governor's race. Stay tuned.
For a videotape copy of any Nevada Newsmakers program, call 775-857-2244. The tapes are $20 each, including shipping.
If you own a business and want to maximize your company's potential, join the Retail Association of Nevada. Our membership benefits include the Nevada Retail Network Self-Insured Group, providing workers' compensation coverage that can lower your rates. That savings can go directly to your bottom line. We are an effective pro-business organization that lobbies on behalf of our business members. The Retail Association of Nevada, protecting Nevada businesses for 35 years.
Reno's best dining values are all at one casino, the Pepper Mill. You can enjoy great savings on our popular specials. Pepper Mill's coffee shop offers daily lunch specials, low-carb dining, and all your favorite comfort foods. You'll find sensational lunch specials featuring Reno's freshest seafood, sushi, pasta, and more at Oceano. And early bird specials at Reno's Premier Steakhouse and Romanza Ristorante Italiano. The best values are at the Pepper Mill. Where are you dining?
Your best value in sight is here for you to see. From frames to lenses to eye exams, you're covered A to Z. Davis Optical, your best value in sight.
Davis Optical Centers, with 2 locations in Reno and Sparks.
Davis Optical, your best value in sight.
When you need a new employee, how can you be sure who you're really hiring? A background investigation by Employer Links will uncover criminal records, verify the applicant's education, check their credit history and Social Security verification. An investigation will research professional licenses and driver's licenses and let you know why they're unemployed. Hiring the right person shouldn't be a gamble. Call Employer Links. Employer Links, protecting your investment.
And now, back to Nevada Newsmakers.
Thanks for watching, and here we are with Erin Neff, political reporter with the Las Vegas Review-Journal. Good morning, Erin. How you doing?
Good morning, Ray. I'm wonderful.
All right. Hey, we want to play a little game here. Pretend you're a bookmaker now, and make odds on the gubernatorial election coming up in about 19 months.
Well, if I'm a Nevada bookmaker, I set some odds even though I know some of these candidates are not going to emerge. So let's start at the low end if we could, such as the fact that they will, for example, set a line on baseball in which the Red Sox would be the favorite, but even a team that has no shot in heck of making the World Series, they'll set a ridiculously low number on just to make money. So let's make a little money here.
Okay.
With that spirit, I'll put odds at entice people into an Oscar Goodman candidacy at 15-1 or so, even though there's no chance in hell he runs.
Okay.
Similarly, Jim Rogers, no chance in hell he runs. Let's put him about a 12-1, and Phil Satre, who I don't think is running, put him about a 17-18-1.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Gibson, the mayor of Henderson, I again don't think he's running. We'll put him at 20-1 just because people don't know who he is up north.
Okay. What about the favorites here? The Giants, Dodgers, those kind of candidates.
I'm going to make Jim Gibbons the favorite. Obviously, put him not quite at even money, but something like a 3-2 shot to win it, because he is Republican, because he's running despite what he'll tell people.
Mm-hmm.
He's raising money. He's got the organization up, and he's going to play well in the rurals. I'm going to give Lorraine Hunt something like, I'll be generous and make her 8-1. Again, I want to make some money here. And I don't really think she has a chance to beat him in the Republican primary.
Okay.
On the flip side, I'm going to go a little contrary to popular belief, and I'm not going to make Richard Perkins the favorite to come out of the Democratic primary.
Oh.
I'll put Dina Titus in that role for one simple fact. She's a woman. She's liberal. And she's the type of candidate that can rile up the base. And this is a primary, after all, folks. Who votes in Democratic primaries? Well, liberals and certainly females. So let's just give her a slight edge over Perkins. Make her like a 4-1 shot for governor. Make him like a 5-1 shot for governor.
Okay.
So that's what I'm thinking. But, it's just the way I got there.
Well, and Mrs. Titus also has the property tax issue that's going to be, she can play that well. And plus, she's got a little more of a personality than Mr. Perkins does, and I think that will play well on the campaign trail, too.
She also, to her credit, she's out there on the hustings. She's up in Iliad events. She travels to rural Nevada and meets people. And Perkins is yet to really start doing it. I mean, every weekend you can find Titus somewhere in the state campaigning for governor.
Yep.
Now, one thing, she's almost out-conservatized the Republicans here with her, that's not a word, but it's the first one I could think of.
It's a Rayism.
Yeah, it's a Rayism. Out-conservatized the Republicans with her property tax freeze. Now, do you think this is going to get her some votes if she gets to the general with some very conservative Republican folk?
Well, you know, Jim Gibbons has unconservatized, to use your language, his stance on a lot of things. You see him moving to the middle and moderating, and that's what good, smart political candidates do. I mean, I'm not going to rule Richard Perkins out of this race. He has very highly respected people around him, and he's got the money. Dina Titus doesn't have the money, so Perkins could still make a run for this. Perkins could easily win this thing. All I'm saying is Perkins is a moderate. Titus is not. She is absolutely, as you point out, becoming more to the middle, arguing, as she did, for a very conservative property tax freeze, pushing for rural economic development measures in Nevada. So, I mean, she's out there doing things that are things that'll help her in a general, but won't help her in a primary. Then again, she doesn't need as much help in a primary because she is such a spitfire and because she's a woman.
Yeah. Well, speaking of
can't raise the money. I mean, that's her downside.
Yeah. Well, speaking of people being out there, there was a nice little hometown meeting in Green Valley recently with some of the legislators, Senator Hecht and a few others, and I understand they got quite an earful. Have you been following that?
A little bit. What we had down here was essentially people turning on Joe Heck, the freshman senator from Henderson, saying, you know, how could you bail out on this property tax freeze by Dina Titus? How could you initially join in with her bill and then suddenly you're nowhere to be seen when it comes time to vote? They were booing him. So, you know, it's a short-term reaction to a very close political vote, which, you know, I don't think ultimately is going to have any real impact on Joe Heck's future or Dina Titus's for that matter. These were largely Republicans down here talking taxes. And, you know, I think ultimately because this had been in the news every day for weeks, people were very attuned to it. They were nervous. They had these huge bills or prospective bills that they were facing. And now that essentially there's been a solution, I think a lot of that fervor dies down.
Well, just real quickly, do you think there's going to be a recruit Ann O'Connell now?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Okay, let's leave it at that. Erin, thanks a lot. Hope to see you back in Carson City soon, and good luck with the family, and God bless.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, we'll be right back, folks, with our pundit panel.
This is Nevada Newsmakers. Something spectacular has taken wing not far from Reno or Lake Tahoe, and never far from your mind. An escape of fine dining and legendary golf. Introducing the resort at Red Hawk. And at the center of it all, we've feathered our nest with new villas that have elevated Red Hawk to the status of a premier resort. The resort at Red Hawk, a beautiful new arrival in northern Nevada.
I tell you, John, this industry has really changed.
Tell me about it.
You seemed to do pretty well last year. What's your secret?
No secrets. Although I'll tell you something. The smartest thing I did was sign up with Pro Group Management.
Really? Yeah, they do workers' comp, right?
Yeah, their services are great. And get this, they saved me 30%. I've heard they saved others 50%.
That works for me.
Pro Group Management. Finally, workers' comp that works for you.
If it's fun, it's here at the Peppermill, the $100,000 video-themed slot celebration, with more winners each week, 100 random winners every Monday and Wednesday, and more cash prizes. $6,000 random drawings every Friday, plus chances to win up to $1,000 in free slot play on Mr. Money's Challenge. You'll have more fun with the Peppermill's video-themed slot celebration, now worth over $100,000.
The slots that rock are at the Peppermill. Where are you winning?
Many of the materials we rely on every day come from the ground, and modern mining technology brings them to us cleaner and safer than ever before. To learn more about America's natural resources, visit nma.org, the National Mining Association.
And now, back to Nevada Newsmakers.
Hey, we're back with our pundit panel. Today joining us, Jason Geddes, Travis Souza, and David Jacobs. Welcome to you, folks. Randy,
well, yeah,
kick it
got to
off
bring
here.
off. Jason's here. Got to talk about water. What's happening? No bills. What's going on? The most important issue facing the state.
And that's what surprises me. I mean, you going into the session, the governor, the candidates for governor, everybody was talking water was going to be the biggest issue behind property taxes in the session. They dealt with property taxes. The deadline's tomorrow, and none of the water bills are out yet. I'm not sure an interim study is going to do it at this point in time. We're at a limited resource. We had a lot of bills in there, a lot of discussion, but no action.
Well, Jason, you're a former Assemblyman. What is the holdup here? What's the log jam or the dam here?
For the lobbying.
It's water law. I mean, everybody's nervous about water law. Everybody's nervous about opening up to chapters, and nobody wants to give up what they've got.
Any chance anybody's been made complacent by the wet year we've had? I mean, does that change things?
I don't think it changes things that much.
The public mind, at least.
The public mind does step down, but
Well, no one's talking Walker right now with 160% over. So
they are actually. They're talking. The working group's out there. The
Yeah.
working group's still going to resolution. Senator Reed's office has been involved. Senator Enson's office.
I mean, in the
involved.
legislature, it doesn't come up, and that's what's sad.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, David, you heard Erin Neff's handicapping of the governor's race. What do you think about that?
Very interesting, her analysis. I think it'll be interesting to see, particularly on the Republicans, how they align, whether it's going to be an all-out primary or whether some of these offices and these candidates will fall into place as the months go on.
Do you think Lorraine Hunt maybe should step aside and let Jim Gibbons take the front court? And
No. She should run hard.
Oh, yeah, no one should step aside, but Jim Gibbons is clearly the front runner. He's got the organization, he's got the money, he's got the name recognition. I mean, everybody in the state knows him. He's definitely the leader.
You're going to hear a lot of talk from the Democratic side if Jim Gibbons is out there. Because he's been making a lot of people angry and saying a lot of things that, frankly, seem very inane to her.
If it's not Jim Gibbons and it's Lorraine Hunt, the Democratic Party's going to be silent?
No. Of course not.
I don't think you can forget about some of these other state offices besides governor and seeing how the candidates align for those. Because if everyone's running for the top job, there's got to be candidates for the other jobs too, and I think that'll be interesting to watch.
There'll probably be plenty of candidates for everything, even though they say that our constitutional officers don't make enough money, but I don't think that'll be an issue with. Now, you've already gotten, the Democrats, Travis, are already, ankle biting all over Jim Gibbons.
Well, yeah.
Well, and each other.
I mean,
yeah.
But he's given us lots of opportunities. I mean, there's the whole thing about the tree-hugging liberals that should become human shields.
One opportunity.
One opportunity.
Okay,
there was a report that came out talking about how mercury, there's not really solid proof that mercury is causing water pollution, or that power plants are causing mercury pollution in the water. So there's a lot of different things and a lot of different issues where he's just way off from our viewpoint.
Yeah, but he's 19 months away. Is anyone going to remember this tree-hugging incident in Elko?
No.
Unless you keep bringing it up, you Democrats keep
bringing it up, but I mean, what is the issue right now? I got to tell you, that billboard over on I-80, that is just wasting money with that nice new sound wall. I drive by and I see Gibbons for governor, and I keep cruising. I'm like, all right.
Good.
Oh, the bad stuff, you can't see it, huh?
Yeah, I can't read the bad
maybe the
stuff, and
Democrats
I
are going to have to
appreciate
raise that sign up, Travis.
I mean,
The Republicans aren't the only ones doing some misstepping. Last night, Assembly passed out 397, an education bill by June Giuliani, a Las Vegas Democrat, that essentially drops the proficiency requirement for graduating from high school. And Debbie Smith, God love her, is the only one that said last night, I can't support this bill because we're dumbing down our kids. It's an injustice. Here we are talking about standards, and yet the Democrats are saying, oh, they can graduate from high school without passing tests.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say paint all Democrats like that. I mean, obviously, I don't really agree with that bill because we can't trade community service here to do some good deeds and that qualifies you to graduate. That's or to get a Millennium Scholarship. I work at a community college, so I mean I understand some of the frustrations. We're spending so much money on remedial education, the things that should have been taken care of in high school. And a lot of these students are on Millennium Scholarships, so we've got to make some changes there. But
yeah, but look at that bill and look at the statistics behind that bill. I served on the interim education committee, and when you look at the high school proficiency exam, the people that are failing, and people do fail it, they get opportunities to retake it, but the predominant group that is failing that group is Clark County students in math. And that's where the failure is coming in. And Clark County has the lowest math standards for graduation of any of the counties in the state, and they don't teach geometry as a requirement to get out of college or out of high school, and geometry is on the proficiency exam. And this is an argument that Assemblyman Horn and I have had time and time again. You either make them take geometry or you take it off the exam, but you don't get rid of the exam requirement. He's in favor of taking off. I'm in favor of making them take geometry.
But what happens when this child graduates from high school and you want to hire a writer and you don't know, well, they have 5 different degrees in this bill, from attendance to advanced. What do you get when you from a young high school grad that wants to just go to work? What do you know? What do you know about them? I look at you as an employer here, David, you know.
I just think the key is to have good basic fundamental skills and be able, when you get to college or your first job or whatever you do after high school, that you're able to build from that. I think that's the key.
Okay, we're going to have to wrap it.
Yeah.
Travis, I'm sorry to cut you off. Even though you're a Democrat, we're going to have to wrap it up right here. We'll be right back, folks. We got to make some money.
Nevada Newsmakers, brought to you in part by the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, the world's largest industrial park, the resort at Red Hawk, and the Peppermill family of casinos.
This is one of Sierra Power's main generating plants. It's right next door to the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center. These plants provide all the clean, reliable power that businesses need. TRI has 3 independent power generation facilities on site. For sensitive manufacturing companies and high-tech firms, this benefit is invaluable. Welcome to the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, the largest industrial park in the world, building economic prosperity for Nevadans.
Your best value in sight is here for you to see. From frames to lenses to eye exams, you're covered A to Z. Davis Optical, your best value in sight.
Davis Optical Centers, with 2 locations in Reno and Sparks.
Davis Optical, your best value in sight.
If you own a business and want to maximize your company's potential, join the Retail Association of Nevada. Our membership benefits include the Nevada Retail Network Self-Insured Group, providing workers' compensation coverage that can lower your rates. That savings can go directly to your bottom line. We are an effective pro-business organization that lobbies on behalf of our business members. The Retail Association of Nevada, protecting Nevada businesses for 35 years.
It really was a matter of confusion, and I also had the stress on my wife was considerable too, as she ran around talking to the right people and trying to track down resources that would improve my health and make me independent again.
One-stop access for caregivers, NevadaCareConnection.org.
Okay, coming up Monday, we got a really big show with Senator Dina Titus, one of the front runners for governor. Thanks for watching today.